Alright, so Centura. This is a very interesting manga. And unfortunately, there's only so little of it right now, but came out yesterday. I finished it yesterday. Let's talk about it. Sorry. So I'm gonna give a summary of it afterwards, because in case you guys have already read it, I'm gonna give you a review of it. So first off, the storytelling is really good. I think the battle segments, the action, the fighting, it's kind of lacking. But it's not something that you read for the fighting. You'd read it for the story. As you can see right here, it is a slave trying to raise a baby. Um, and yeah, that's. I mean, it's pretty good. It's got a really good start to it. Although I don't know what the point of it is to raise this kid. Yeah, but if the whole manga is just gonna be raising a kid, I think it's gonna be pretty boring. So something else has got to happen. Some kind of maybe some war, some invasion, something. I don't know. Um, so yeah, there's no really main goal besides raising this kid, and it's a pretty small goal. I'm gonna be honest. So it's gonna be really interesting to see where this kind of goes in the future. It's gonna be something to keep an eye on for sure. As of right now, I do think it's worth reading. The art's pretty good too. Definitely got a story worth reading. Um, yeah, let's get into the summary. So basically, he's a slave. He's on a slave ship. He sneaks on board, so he's like an extra slave, and all these people, they're like, oh well, don't worry, we'll share our rations with him. So the slave traders keep him on. That's where he meets this pregnant woman. You gotta see where this is gonna go. Stuff happens. She becomes kind of like a mother to him too, because he's a young boy and he's never had a mother in his life. Well, they go into this. The ship goes into this area that's like the Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle. It's bad. There's creatures all around there, and they can't control the ship. The slave traders, so they say we got to shed some weight. They start killing the slaves one by one, and then they get to him and the pregnant lady. They're left. But that's when one of the creatures shows up and says, "I will give my power to one of you. Kill the other one. Who wants the power?" Of course, he's like, "Take me." The mother has to live so she can give birth. But then the mother, she does the most like badass thing ever. She cuts open her stomach, basically gives herself a C-section, pulls the baby out, gives it to him, and says, "Take my life. Give him the power." So they do. Although I do think a plot hole is that, well, there was two people, but now there's a third person. So technically, wouldn't the deal change? Anyways, he chooses the power to like make the slaves who died make their lives worth it. So he has the power. He has the strength of 100 men inside of him. With that, he also has 100 lives. He can also has the power of the sea. So if he's in a boat, then the waves will kind of guide him to the nearest sea or whatever sea he wants to go to. And it is shown in like chapter 2, I think it was, that he can breathe underwater. So he's got water powers and he's got the strength of 100 men, as well as regenerative abilities and 100 lives. Like I said, he does end up losing one in chapter 1, so he's down to 99. But he goes onto this island in chapter 2, and chapter 3, he's on this island, and he meets there's a girl and a knight. There's fan service in this chapter as well, which is pretty sweet. If that's your thing. Creatures, yeah. Yeah, see, he's coming on the land. There's a girl and a knight. Skip to the fan service. There it is. Ching, ching, ching. Despite having such a big, she's got a really flat ass. Oh, I just wanted to point that out. He treats it like it's nothing. Probably because, that's a fair point. You've probably never seen a woman naked. My bad. Anyways, so chapter 4, he's the village is like, he needs a job, right? And the town is like, you're not a grown man. Why would we give you a job? You're a little boy. There's this mine that's collapsed. We need you to clear out all the rocks. Then we'll know you're a man. And of course, he's got the strength of 100 men, but he's like, no, I'm not going to use my powers. I'm going to do it. And he does it. See, it's him moving out all the rocks. After he's moved the rocks, I moved the rocks. Turns out you're a full grown man and then some. Here's some money. You're a man. And then he buries The mother, it's Mira, and there's the baby already crawling around, even though it's born like 2 days ago and it's already crawling around. I mean, look how tiny that thing is. That crazy. Look how big she is, dude. Shit, would you let her peg you? My bad. A little bit out of left there. So, very good characters. I just, like I said, I really got to wonder where the series is going to go, because there is, as of right now, there is no big picture chapter besides the baby getting raised. I just don't really think that's going to be something that's crazy interesting. I mean, he's got a job and he's raising a baby. Is this going to be like a slice of life? He's just going to be like raising a kid for 18 years. It's going to be like, we're going to get chapters that's like sending the kid to school. He's like a housewife. But I'm sure something's gonna come along. I mean, he's got powers. There's a guy getting beheaded in chapter 1. There's actually multiple. There's sea monsters. Saw that deer monster in chapter 3. There's definitely something else happening here. But what remains is to be seen. And when I think volume 2, the next series, this is a vault series, so it comes out by volume. When that drops in May, you'll definitely hear about me. You'll hear me talk about it. See ya.